Hello, and welcome back to the Curious Kid Podcast. It's episode 35, and you know what that means.
That means it's your listener suggestion episode.
And this week's listener suggestion comes from a listener we heard from a few months ago. If you listened to episode 18, Curious About Televisions, you may remember Jody and her son Brody that left us an incredible review. At the time, Brody didn't know what he wanted us to get curious about, but they reached back out to us to let us know what Brody is curious about.
This week we are getting curious about Lego for Brody.
We sure are. This is the first time we are getting curious about toys, and it also happens to be a toy Olivia loves. Olivia has been playing with Lego for years, and she's made some pretty awesome Lego sets all by herself. You can see her posing with one of her completed Lego sets on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you want to check it out for yourself.
Putting Lego sets together is so much fun.
I know. Olivia loves playing with toys, and there are toys she's loved that she doesn't play with much anymore. She's gone through a lot of phases. Mashems and Fashems, Shopkins, Twosies, Zoom Zooms. Am I missing anything?
American Girl dolls, Barbies, and Polly Pockets.
Yeah, those too. But there is one thing you've always loved playing with that you still can't get enough of, and that is Lego.
We keep saying Lego because Lego is the plural of Lego.
Exactly. People call the Lego pieces Legos, but that's technically not correct according to the company. When talking about Lego, you don't add the letter S to pluralize the word, just as you wouldn't say fishes, because the plural of fish is still fish.
Lego pieces are called bricks, not Legos.
And have you ever wondered what the word Lego means?
It is derived from Danish, and it means play well.
Yeah. So Lego is short for the phrase leg godt in Danish. Let me spell that for you. The first word is L-E-G, like the English word leg, and the second word is G-O-D-T, but it's pronounced in Danish leg godt. And that means play well.
And Lego also means something in Latin.
Lego actually means I put together in Latin. But that is a total coincidence. Ole Kirk Christensen, the man that created Lego in 1934, didn't even realize that Lego meant I put together in Latin when he created the name. It was just a wonderful coincidence. What's our question of the week?
The question of the week is, are there more people in the world or Lego bricks?
There is a lot of both, but that's definitely an interesting question. Let's talk about some Lego history. Ole Kirk Christensen was a carpenter, and he had a factory in the town of Billund, Denmark, in the 1930s. But the company was struggling, and he had to close the factory. Ole had a wife and 4 sons, and needed to think of something fast so that he could help make money for his family. He used the extra wood from his carpentry business to make toys for his sons. They were so much fun and had such high quality that he was able to start selling them to other families.
Lego bricks were made out of plastic. What happened next?
A few things happened. The wooden toys were selling, but they weren't making the Christensen family enough money. Also, the factory caught on fire in 1942 and burned down to the ground. Inside the factory was all of the wood and all of the toy sketches for the wooden toys.
That's a lot of bad luck.
It sure is, but things were about to turn around. Ole Kirk Christensen went to Copenhagen in 1946 to see a new plastic molding machine. He saw a demonstration that showed how easily the machine can mold things into different shapes. The machine was making plastic pieces that look a lot like the Lego bricks of today. He didn't realize that at the time, but he did buy the machine to start making plastic toys.
He was making toys like plastic bears for the Lego company to sell.
So in the 1940s, Lego began to sell wooden and plastic toys, until something remarkable happened in 1954. Ole's son Gottfried was talking to someone in the toy industry, who told him there aren't enough toys that let kids use their creativity and imagination. That's when Gottfried had the idea for using Lego bricks to build things. Ole and Godfred looked for the highest quality plastic that they could find, which took 4 years. The plastic is called ABS, which is short for acrylonitrile butadiene styrene, and the modern Lego bricks were patented in 1958.
And those bricks are compatible with today's bricks.
Isn't that amazing? If you have any of the old Lego bricks from 60 years ago, they would still fit with the Lego bricks being sold today.
Lego is so popular today, it's almost everywhere.
It's true. There are lots of Lego stores, there are amazing Lego movies, and Legoland parks that look incredible, although I've never had the chance to visit one.
Don't worry, because there's a brand new Legoland coming into New York next year.
I can't wait. It's going to have a 250-room Legoland hotel, a Legoland driving school for kids, a roller coaster, Lego cities built from millions of Lego bricks, and so much more. Lego is so huge that in 2015, it became the world's largest toy company by passing toy company Mattel. That's a big deal because Mattel includes all the Fisher-Price products, Barbie, Polly Pocket, Hot Wheels, American Girl, board games, and more.
It's amazing how the Lego company became the biggest toy company in the world.
It is, and we may not have Lego to play with if it wasn't for Ole Kirk Christensen and all of the things he and his family had to go through. Olivia, if you had the choice, would you rather make something from Lego bricks by following instructions or by using your imagination?
I like using instructions because I like imagining and learning the things that the instruction says, so I can do it without the instructions when I get a little older.
Right. Olivia's been doing some of this recently where she follows the instructions for the first time, and then after she makes it a few times with the instructions, she's able to do it all by herself afterwards. That's pretty awesome. Both can be fun, and if you are creative, there are so many different amazing things you could do with Lego bricks. Check this out. Let's say we had 6 Lego bricks, and they were all 2x4 bricks, meaning that there were 2 studs wide and 4 studs long. How many different ways do you think we could combine those 6 bricks?
I think you can put it together 90 different ways.
90? That's a pretty good guess. You can actually combine those 6 bricks into 915,103,765 different ways.
That's amazing. You can make so much awesome things with just a few Lego bricks.
Here's another amazing statistic. 1 Lego brick is strong enough to carry over 953 pounds of weight without breaking.
That's maybe because they use super strong plastic.
You must mean acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. It is definitely super strong. In fact, you can stack 375,000 Lego bricks on top of 1 Lego brick before it would begin to break.
Let's talk about Lego minifigures.
Sure. Lego started making minifigures in 1978, and they have created over 4 billion minifigures since.
But something pretty awesome happened in 2014.
You must be talking about Charlotte Benjamin. In the year 2014, 7-year-old Charlotte Benjamin wrote a letter to Lego, telling them that there were too many Lego boys and not enough Lego girls. It turns out she was right. 86% of the Lego minifigures were boys. Lego has since evened out the population to be more representative of the real world, including more girl minifigures with amazing jobs like chemist and astronomer.
Lego also sells over 400 million tires every year.
That makes them the largest tire manufacturer in the world. How about we get to the question of the week? Are there more Lego bricks or people in the world?
There are 86 Lego pieces for every person in the world.
That's amazing. There are enough Lego bricks so that if you were able to stack them all together, they would reach 10 times higher than the moon.
It was so much fun learning about Lego. Thanks for Brody from the suggestion.
Absolutely. That was a fun one. We have another important thing to do before we wrap this up.
It's time to plug a podcast.
It sure is. There is a podcast called Quiztopia. Every week on Monday, they release a new episode with a quiz to see how well you know different things like Moana or the incredible Dr. Seuss.
They even have a Lego quiz.
It's a wonderful educational podcast that listeners of Curious Kid Podcast would love. So check out Quiztopia. They have over 30 quizzes and counting. Well, that does it for this week's episode.
Thank you for listening to this week's podcast on Lego. I had so much fun learning with you guys.
Great job, Olivia. If you have something you want us to get curious about, let us know by emailing us at CuriousKidPodcast@gmail.com. If you love the Curious Kid Podcast, please consider supporting us by heading over to patreon.com and searching for Curious Kid Podcast. That's Patreon. There are so many extra things to see over on our Patreon page, so check it out. See you next week as we get curious about a new topic. As always, thank you so much for listening and getting curious with us.